Namaste students. I am JVM Dr. Meenakshi, Assistant Professor in Department of Shalakya Tandri, Faculty of Ayurvedic Science, Jyoti Vidyapeeth Women's University. Okay, today the topic of discussion is otalgia. What is otalgia? Otalgia is basically the pain in the ear. Okay, it has two synonyms which have a similar meaning to the otalgia, that is ear pain and earache. These both are synonyms of the otalgia. There are basically two types of otalgia. First one is otogenic otalgia, second one is referred otalgia. The otogenic otalgia is also known as the primary otalgia, whereas the referred otalgia is also known as the secondary otalgia. What is the first one? That is otogenic otalgia. It is a pain that originates by a disease within the ear. Okay? For example, otitis externa, mastocytitis, or middle ear infections. Second one is the referred or the secondary otalgia. It is a pain that originates by disease outside the ear that affect the nerves of the ear. For example, the dental conditions, neuritis, jaw disorders. Okay? Then we should discuss about the nerve supply of the ear. Okay? Because referred pain is caused due to the shear nerve supply. The ear is richly innervated by nerves. Okay? Multiple cranial and spinal nerves are present. They share the nerve supply with the head and neck sides. So there is no sensory nerve supply in the inner ear. So no cause of pain lies in the inner ear itself. Okay? The cause of pain does not lies in the inner ear itself because there is no sensory nerve supply in the inner ear. Then we should discuss about the pathophysiology of the pterygium. The sensory innervation of the ear is served by the auriculotemporal branch of the fifth cranial nerve, the first and second cervical nerves, the Jacobson branch of the glossopharyngeal nerve, the Arnold branch of the vagus nerve, and the Ramsay-Hunt branch of the facial nerve. Neuroanatomically, the sensation of otalgia is thought to center in the spinal tract nucleus of the fifth cranial nerve. Not surprisingly, fibers from the cranial nerve fifth, seventh, ninth, and tenth and cervical nerves first, second, and third have been found to enter the spinal tract nucleus caudally near the medulla. Hence, the noxious stimulation of any branch of the aforementioned nerves may be interpreted as otalgia. The auriculotemporal branch of the fifth nerve innervates the anterosuperior external canal and the pinna along with the temporomandibular joint. The cranial nerve ninth innervates the posterior external canal, meatus, and tympanic membrane, but also the ipsilateral oropharynx. Then the Jacobson nerve. The tympanic branch of the ninth nerve, that is the Jacobson's nerve, forms the tympanic plexus innervating the middle ear cleft. Then comes the Arnold's nerve. The auricular branch of the vagus nerve, which is known as the Arnold's nerve, has a similar autologic, but cranial nerve 10 has a vast dispersion to the viscera of neck and even the mediastinum. The upper cervical nerves C2 and C3 via the great auricular nerve and the lesser occipital nerve supply the cranial surface of the pinna, but also the skin and muscles of the neck and cervical spine. This rich innervation of the ear allows the central misinterpretation of the origin of pain arising from throughout the head and neck and is the basis for referred otalgia. Primary otalgia in pinna, the cause of primary otalgia can be trauma, laceration, bites, tears, or hematoma, perichondritis, infected preauricular sinus, frostbite, sunburn, neoplasm. The primary telangiectasia can be due to any cause in the external auditory canal like impacted wax, foreign body, keratosis, obturans, otitis externa, malignant otitis externa, herpes zoster oticus, exostosis, neoplasm. Primary telangiectasia can be due to any cause in the middle ear like bullous meningitis, acute otitis media, secretory otitis media, traumatic perforation, hemotympanum, otitic barotrauma, neoplasm. The cause can be in the mastoid, like mastoiditis, mastoid abscess, granulomas, neoplasm. Rheumatology can also be due to any cause of disease in the inner ear, like acoustic trauma, noise, Meniere's disease, vestibular schwannoma. So we can discuss about these various diseases which are the cause of primary atalgia, like impacted wax. What is impacted? That is normally the secretion of cerumen and sebaceous glands. ठीक है, excess secretion, narrowing of the external auditory canal, stiff ears can lead to the impaction of wax in the external ear. That this can cause pain, deafness, tinnitus. Okay, it should be removed. Then foreign body in the ear, it can cause the primary atalgia. The foreign body can be insect or small objects, commonly occurs in children. Okay, it can be examined by the foreign body can be visible on the otoscopic examination. The foreign body in the ear is removed by facial forceps, and the removal may need sedation. Ear furuncle can cause the primary atalgia. What is ear furuncle? It is a staphylococcal infection of the hair follicles of the external meatus. Okay, it has few clinical features like painful swelling in outer one third of the external auditory canal. Patient will show the discomfort aggravated on a movement of jaw and pinna. The patient will feel deafness. Okay, if ear furuncle can be treated by the ear pack of 10%, ethanol, glycerin, systemic antibiotics can be given to the patient, analgesics are given. If abscess is formed, incision and drainage should be done. Okay, so first we should check the blood sugar levels of the patient also. Then otitis externa, acute otitis externa can also cause the primary atalgia. What is acute otitis externa? It is a diffuse inflammation of the meatal skin. It can be due to the hot, humid climate. It is mainly caused to the swimmers. It is caused by the trauma. Trauma can be by the unskilled instrumentation by the doctor or scratching the ear canal with hairpin. It can be due to the excessive cleaning of the ear canal after swimming. Okay. If there is any existing CSM, that can also lead to the acute otitis externa. There are few causative organisms like Pseudomonas aeruginosa, Staphylococcus aureus, Proteus. So these are all the causes of the primary atalgia. Then comes the causes of the refertotalgia. It can be by the via trigeminal nerve, through teeth, oral cavity, temporomandibular joint, through nose and paranasal sinus, to nasopharynx, through trigeminal neuralgia. Okay. Second one is via glossopharyngeal nerve. If there is any disease in the tonsil, oropharynx, or there is a Eagle syndrome or glossopharyngeal neuralgia that leads to the rapid pain via glossopharyngeal nerve. Okay. Third one is via facial nerve. The patient is suffering with herpes zoster oticus, vestibular schwannoma that can lead to the refertotalgia. Fourth one is via vagus nerve. Refertotalgia can be via the vagus nerve. Okay, if there is any neoplasm, infection, tuberculosis, trauma, foreign body. Fifth one is via second and third cervical nerves in case of herpes zoster, cervical spondylosis, and arthritis. Okay. So these are all the causes of the refertotalgia. Then comes the management. In the management case, we should promote healing. Healing should be done by the ear irrigation, by giving antibiotics to the patient. Second thing, we should try to alleviate the pain by giving analgesics. Third one is to restore the normal function and remove the foreign bodies if present. Then last one is the surgical management. In surgical management, there are few surgeries which we can do. Meringoplasty. What is meringoplasty? It is a closure of simple perforation of tympanic membrane. Then another surgery is tympanoplasty, which is the surgical correction of the perforated tympanic membrane. Third one is the ossiculoplasty. which is the osticular reconstruction. Next one is the laryngotomy. Laryngotomy it is an incision to the tympanic membrane through which fluid is removed. Last one is the mastodectomy, that is the removal of the mastoid air cells. So here completes the topic, the patology.